Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As I've been doing maintenance and taking these clips and wire harnesses off my IS300 2JZ motor up top and at the bottom, I've been breaking clips left and right, usually like the little push clips. Today what I'm going to show you how to do is how to change these plugs out. So I went to a junkyard recently, and a lot of these plugs are pretty much universal between all Toyotas. So these actually I got off some lights, and it's a very common plug that's also used for the parking lights and some of the sensors on the car. So I'm going to change two of the sensors on my transmission wire harness. I'm going to change the plug on the VVTi harness I have here that broke the little clip. I'll show you the details on how to pop the pins out and then put the new ones in and without really cutting and pasting anything. So stay tuned. So this plug, to start off with, what you have to do, the easiest way to take these out is they usually have these little white things inside of them that kind of hold and retain the pins. So you gotta just find a needle nose or a small screwdriver small enough to pop those out. So once you pop it out, so you'll have access to the clips inside of here. So you just stick a little tiny flathead screwdriver, release that clip, and pull the wires out. So as we get in here, we'll just go ahead and release that. So you'll put your screwdriver in there until you see that clip pop up, and then once you do that, you just yank on the wire or pull it back and it should come right out. So I released that first one right there, and then I'm gonna do the same with the other one since this wire harness is still together. If you have the tape taken off, you can just pull one off individually. So that one's still stuck here, and the second one comes out and comes right out. So what you're gonna do, this is gonna be your donor plug. So you'll just take your broken plug and you do the same on the broken side, take it out and then pin them back in. Just on your plug on your car, just be aware of which is the left side, right side, or where the wire orientation is when you're doing it. So here's the first two plugs I'm going to replace. These are the transmission sensor plugs. When I was taking them off to remove the transmission, this one broke in half because it was so brittle, and this top one, the clip broke. So I want to replace them now with those ones I just took apart. So this is the VVTi plug right here. So what we're going to do is the same thing on this VVTi plug. So you just pop that out. You could just pull it with your finger. If you need to use the pliers, you could. Just don't, make sure you don't break it. So yeah, this same deal here. Just find the clips that are holding it inside, and then stick your screwdriver in there and release them. Release that one right there and just pull the wire out. Sometimes a paper clip works a little bit easier than this screwdriver I have. The head's a little bit big on this one. Got that out. Just pull that second one out. So thing comes out pretty cleanly. Just once you do that, just make sure all your tabs are pushed back. So from, just working on it, and then the new ones should slip right in and put the locking pin, and you should be good. One of the things that you want to check too, if you ever get into a situation and trying to figure out what the harness or the plug is, the back of all these plugs has a number. So for example, this one right here says 11156. So that's the same on all the plugs. That's an identifier for the part number that these come from Tyco or whoever makes them. Same with this guy right here. You look on the back, on one of the sides, they'll have a number like this. For example, this right here has B23, and then you could also look at just the way that the notches are, because a lot of times they'll have multiple notches depending on where they go, but then some of your devices might only use 2 out of the 4 or 3 out of the 4 notches. So just look out for that as far as the plugs go, because a lot of times the pins are the same but the notches are slightly different, but they'll still fit. This is my VVTi rig right now. I've just got the zip tie on here, so we're just gonna cut that off. So we'll start taking the pins out like the other one. This one's got the same clip holder. You just pop that out with your flathead. Yeah, this thing, it just fell apart inside there when I just pulled this out. How deteriorated it was. Look at that. Chunk came out of here. So we'll just pop it. So remember, red, we got the red wire towards the inside of the car, the yellow wire on the out. The plug I'm going to use for this is slightly different. The holes are off-center just a little bit on the sides, but it plugs in, so that's all that matters for me. As long as it plugs in, it's not brittle. So this one, the one I took out was an A22, and the one I'm putting back in is a B23. Slightly different, but the two main side grooves match on here, but the diagonal grooves aren't the same, but it works for what I need it for right here. Plug that back in there, stick the lock pin right back in, just plug it back up, and it clips right in. Perfect. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in all the way to the end of this quick video on redoing those wire harness plugs. It's pretty easy and straightforward affair, especially on these older motors when you start taking those things off and they're all brittle. A lot of the connectors are the same. Usually your best bet is maybe take those connectors off, go to the junkyard, find a Toyota, any Toyota. I can guarantee you that plug is used on a Toyota somewhere in the car, and just look for it. Get what you need, clip it off, and get yourself one at the junkyard or the U-Pick, or as many as you need there. I mean, those things are all over the place there. So that's what I usually do. I usually just pick up a couple when I'm going there to pick up other stuff. So that way, if I ever break anything, or I'm working on cars or headlights or anything, and they start snapping or breaking on me, at least I have some spares that I could just repin and do. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, subscribe to the channel to follow me on different tech tips and what I do to this car and to all my other cars in the garage. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next time.